Good day to all of you. I'm Scholar from the Trader 10 community, and today I'm going to give you the weekend forecast. In this weekend forecast, we talk a little bit about what happened in the past week to try and predict what might happen this weekend. So, this weekend we're going to look at Bitcoin, BNB, ICX, FTM, and REEF. So, sit back and relax, and we will start off with Bitcoin. So for Bitcoin, looks like that the bearish case scenario played out. We didn't manage to achieve this 1 hourly. Because we didn't achieve this 1 hourly, we had some bearish momentum to the downside, and because of this bearish momentum, we actually broke through earlier this morning. Now, what am I actually expecting for Bitcoin right now? Let me quickly clean up this chart and make a new prediction of what might be plausible to happen. Well, first of all, we can see that we're trying to achieve this right here. If we can achieve this, I'm looking for something like this. Play to the downside, back to the upside, and then here is the moment of truth. If they come back down, they'll have to hold this. If they don't hold the support area previously, well, maybe a little bit higher. If they hold this, we will go to the upside. If they don't hold this, then the chances that we go to the upside are pretty slim, and we will actually start breaking down from here on out. Now, what targets will we have for breaking to the downside? That is what we will look at right now. In my opinion, 39k looks like a pretty decent level to hold. Well, 38.7 to the highs right here of this candle. I'm not really looking to the all-time high. Well, the previous all-time highs. I'm mainly looking at the second high. That's what I like to look at. Now, if this doesn't hold, let's say that we get another big liquidity jump to the downside, then I'm mainly looking at this level right here. 33k will be my Gucci spot, mainly because of what happened on the weekly. But I've talked a lot about this already on the previous forecasts. So that's kind of what I'm looking out for Bitcoin for this weekend. Let's head over to BNB. So looking at BNB, well, they kind of didn't achieve because Bitcoin didn't achieve, and because it didn't achieve, we went all the way down here. Well, they held a little bit higher than I was expecting them to, and because of that, well, right now they actually haven't made any low yet compared to Bitcoin, so they're still holding on. What do I actually want to see for BNB? Let's zoom out. Well, let's clear out this chart. Excuse me. So this is the resistance that I want them to try and achieve. As you can see, there's a lot of confluence right here. These lows, these highs again, touched it again, then went down. So I really want BNB to start achieving it. So right now, they probably held some lower time frame level within here, which, yeah, I might have missed in the previous session. But yeah, what I'm looking out for BNB is if they can touch the top zone of this rectangle, then I want them to hold the bottom of it. If they hold the bottom of this zone, then I think that the highs might be likely. Of course, this will depend a little bit on Bitcoin as well, but yeah, we'll see, right? If they don't get to the higher point and they only get to the lower point, then I'm actually looking for something like this to happen. Now, where is my target on BNB to the downside? I think we talked about this on the last video as well, but I will be very eager to buy some BNB at 135. I know this is a big drop, but because we went quick, because we went up so fast here, we haven't really made a lot of retracements that we can buy back into. So the only big retracement that we kind of had is at this 130 to 120 level. So this is going to be my next BNB level, and as you can kind of imagine, it's kind of a big fall down. It's like a 40% drop. So if you own some BNB, be careful with what you're doing. Of course, this coin can go up crazy. And of course, this is non-financial advice. It's just us doing technical analysis and teaching you guys how you might be able to look at the markets like us. So that's it for BNB. Let's head over to ICX. So up next is ICX. They also call it the Korean Ethereum. Well, this coin kind of did what we expected it to do. Well, I expected them to actually achieve here, but they didn't really achieve here. But yeah, they tried really hard. They came back down came down to the support we were looking at, and now you actually want to see this coin make new highs. If we don't make new highs and we are still struggling to get past this resistance zone right here that I'm going to draw right now, it's kind of iffy, right? Because then you might think that we will actually go lower. So that's also what I'm going to think in this weekend forecast. If we can't achieve the 1.8, right, it's kind of logical that we might come back down here and do something like this, something kind of the same as BNB. Now, where will my bigger buys be for this ICX coin if they fail to achieve? This one is still valid, right? This bullish case scenario is still valid. They just have to make new highs, and then I'm targeting $2. If they don't, then yeah, we're probably going to make new lows, right? Because that's obvious. If you don't make new highs, you will probably make new lows. So let's zoom out and let's have a look at where we might buy some ICX in the future. I know last time I was saying 0.89, and I'm still looking at that zone because there's a lot of confluence to the left as well. If things really go south, I think 0.69, or also named 69, might work as well. Now, one, it's a meme level, and two, it looks pretty good in the weekly. Previous support right here, and resistance as well. Lost it, retested it, and before the pump, we actually retested 0.69 again. So I'm actually looking forward to buying that level if we start going lower. Of course, 88 is there first, but I will hold back my buying a little bit while waiting and looking at what Bitcoin is currently doing. If Bitcoin is starting to look better, then I will also start repurchasing my alts. So that's it for ICX. Let's head over to the next coin. Up next is this FTM coin. People have asked me so often to do a forecast for this coin, but I actually didn't want to do it because it was just going to the moon so hard and I didn't want to ride that hype up too much. Now, let's try to identify where we might actually find solid levels of support for Phantom for those who might have stalled and that are thinking that the crypto market is going to go down and correct a little bit. So let's look at ranges that might become very important for Phantom. Looking at the 4-hour, because the daily is still looking a little bit too bullish, right? Looking at the daily, what we have to do is come back down to 0.44 cents before we actually start becoming more bearish on the daily. Now this makes it a nice buying zone depending how much of a lick slide there will be. So this I will mark the zone already in anticipation of looking for longs there on the lower time frame as well. Going down, looks like what it is doing right now is actually creating a small bearish pattern. So we lost the move to the high right here, and now we actually have two resistances kind of obvious that we want to try and achieve. These are just these two swings that we want to get above of now. So if you want to be bullish on this coin, one, either we will go up here, fail there, and come back down to the weekly level that we were looking at, or what we might do, if we can trade above here, reject this bottom, come back down, hold this level of support somewhere around here. This zone will be quite big, or we have to hold, and then you want them to achieve the 80s as well, and then go to the upside. What's also another opinion is that this step right here actually never happens. That we never retrace this big, but that we just retrace to the 69 right here, and then go back to the upside. So that's another option as well. But yeah, for my longs, I might be looking at 0.44. That seems like an okay level to me based on this weekly to the left. Now be careful right here. Personally, I would take some profits at enough if it gets there, because, well, yeah, you know, it looks like a very scary zone to go to, especially after losing the move to the high. But that's kind of it for Phantom in my opinion. I hope that they don't lick slide this buying zone too much, because then it could even well be that we might go 23 cents, and that's a huge drop from the top, right? But yeah, this thing has gone up so much in the past without really testing a lot of swings. So be careful. Once this thing starts going down, it might go down pretty hard. And I wouldn't be too surprised if it comes back down to 0.25 cents if it breaks the 44. Because that's the next level on the daily. So that's kind of it for Phantom. Let's head over to our last coin, REEF. So this is actually the first time I'm looking at this REEF chart. It has been hella popular on stream. I actually didn't, well, I don't know what it is, but yeah, people have been requesting this so much. And yeah, it looks like a very new coin to me as well. And damn, they've actually done some proper things right here. They held a move that brought us to the high, which is something bullish, so that's kind of good. And now they're trying to hold on. So let's look at the lower time frame and try to take a grasp of what they're actually trying to do here. So first of all, what I notice is that, well, the move that brought us to the high has now become a resistance line, as you can see right here. So what they're trying to do is holding this higher low. If they can hold this higher low, we might finally be in to break out above this 0.037 range. If we break above it, we actually don't want to lose it again, right? Well, we can come all the way down 31s, but then this will become resistance again. And if we then come back down here, we might go to the upside, but we might also go to the downside. So there are two plays, either this down play or we come back down, test the previous resistance stop, and then moon to the upside. So those are the two plays I will be looking out for the bullish case scenario of REEF. But of course, gotta be honest, crypto is kind of retracing right now. So we will also keep in the back of our head what it might do if we actually turn south. So when it turns south, I'm actually looking at two levels right here. I'm looking at this 0.02 level, and if it really goes south, there might be a cheeky wick all the way down here to 0.01. If you think about it, these percenta are kinda insane if you can catch them 100% to the next resistance line, and then, yeah, even more than 100% back to the previous highs, 263%. So yeah, REEF is actually an interesting coin. I might add it to my watch list as well for some intraday trading. We will see. Now, if you've stuck all the way until the end, thank you very much for watching. I've really enjoyed doing these. I'm so glad that you people like watching them and keep supporting our channel by doing so and subscribing and liking our videos. So guys, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your Friday evening. Be careful in the markets, they might be very volatile. Be safe and trade good, and then I will see you on stream or in the next forecast. Take care and bye-bye.